It's a balancing act that I've had to accept
Yeah.
all my life because I'm gripped by these two interests. It's always some measure of compromise when you try to do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I have felt that my task has been very much to find what is at the heart of each field for me. So if I can find the filet mignon of jazz and of psychiatry, then I have my best chance of being really happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've renounced certain activities on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
In psychiatry, I don't do any administrative work or organizational psychiatric work. I don't do any inpatient psychiatry. I don't work with patients who are likely to be calling me at 4 in the morning. I work intensively on an outpatient basis with people who I know are healthy enough to be able to keep themselves going but have legitimate psychological issues they want to work on. I love to teach, so I teach at the medical school in the Department of Psychiatry. I teach residents how to do psychotherapy. And I'm involved in this research group I mentioned to you, which is very fascinating, and I teach under their aegis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I consult to other therapists' practices and kind of help them if they get snarled up with certain patients. So that's the heart of psychiatry for me. I don't spend time writing papers. I've written a few, but that's not where my heart lies.
Yeah.
In music, what I really love to do is I love to compose. I love to have a certain amount of performing opportunities, and I love to record and do a certain amount of international touring. But it doesn't make sense that I would expect that I would be out every weekend playing, or making 4 albums a year, or touring 10 months out of the year the way some of my musical friends do.
Yeah.
That's absolutely not possible. What I try to do is to find a way to be with music every day in some fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to get my hands on the keyboard every day, and it might only be for an hour or so. When I'm preparing for a tour or preparing for a recording, then it really ramps up in terms of the amount of time I'm spending.
Yeah.
But there are certain days I might not get to the piano at all if I'm really immersed in some psychiatric stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to keep my hands in and my ears open,
Yeah.
and to do enough performing so I'm feeling I am sharing the music with people, which is a very important experience. There's something so wonderful that happens when you're in the proper setting with the proper musicians, and the music is really happening, and you begin to have this merger experience with the music where boundaries dissolve. The music is just happening. I feel like I'm just a conduit for the music. I know the audience is out there, and it's then like we're all in the audience listening to this music. When that happens, it's just exquisite. I mean, I wish I could say it happens every time I play. Doesn't. But the
It's
times
something
it
to
does
shoot
happen,
for, isn't it?
you
Yeah.
shoot for. You try to let it happen, because you
Yeah.
can't consciously grab it.
Right.
But you try to find out what sorts of emotional states and preparation can you do that will invite that experience. So the performing really can be super special.